I think if you can go and help others, raise up and sure. I mean,
Well, did Pastor Schroeder just hold on to everything he had?
oh, every pastor does. Like, every pastor's library, they have it until they die.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Same with college professors.
Yeah, no, they have their wives come in and help them pitch it.
There you go.
Oh, you're lucky.
It ain't coming into my house.
Yeah, the smart guys, kind of like Patrick Kroll is a great example of a smart guy in every regard. But he was bringing me boxes of books like, do you want some of these from my library? I'm like, yeah, sure. So he brought me some of his books because, unless you have like a lineage of pastors, you come from a line of it and you've got more under you. Yeah. Pastors just their libraries grow and grow and grow, and then they die, and then either the church is left with them or the family's left with them, and you don't know what to do with it. But yeah, there was I pulled out a lot of Luther's works, and there were some very interesting things, very very interesting things. But anyway. So yeah, if you see any books you like or are interested in.
These are from some pastor's collection? Or?
Yes, yeah, yes. So these are more of what's left up here is kind of more of the general theological commentaries, whatnot. Some of the other stuff was a little bit more either specialized or like interesting, but. This is how we do ministry in the 50s and 60s. Well, that's great.
So are these the keepers or just,
Maybe.
okay, that's new shelving, so I was just wondering.
The ones on the shelves I honestly haven't really looked at too closely. The ones on top of the shelves were the ones I pulled out that were particularly interesting. Like there's a couple books like Reflections on the Seminary, the Seminex split. There's some books by let's see.
I was gonna get some.
That's why I didn't bring
Paul Meyer.
Okay.
And he's
any.
like, oh, cool. So
Jen, do you want to pass me the
we have a handful of names that we're like, oh yeah. We're like, oh. All right. So good one. All right, we have another baptism today, so this might be a short one. So it's getting shoot, we're there. The end of the year, the end of the church year. So what happens when we get to the end of the church year is it all focuses on the end, the coming judgment. So you get a lot of these, dark days are coming kind of readings. Malachi is great. Behold, the day is coming, burning like an oven, when all the arrogant and all evildoers will be stubble. The day is coming that shall set them ablaze, so that it will leave them neither root nor branch. Woo!
Sounds like California.
But for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall rise with healing in his wings. You shall go out leaping like calves from the stall. You shall tread down the wicked, for they will be ashes under the soles of your feet. Malachi is he's a fun guy. Short book, what we consider the last of the prophets. Not even sure if that's his name, because Malachi means my messenger. So it's either a dude like he has his name is Malachi, or it's just like, okay, my messenger, go forth and deliver these messages to the people. He's a post-exilic guy, most likely a generation or so after the return from exile. And the unfortunate thing about him is that, not about him, but about why he's called, is that they've returned from exile, they've rebuilt things, everything's rebuilt. We're back home. Yay, God has brought us back. He is faithful. Woo! And there was like this nice mini revival, where we found the book, woo, and they're reading from the book, and people are like weeping, and it was great. And then a generation later, it's all gone back to the way it was. It's like nothing changed. It's like, what did it matter that this all happened? So yeah, it's judgment. It's the same kind of stuff that they were hearing before the exile. So it's depressing in a way, but there is enough gospel here to give us something. For those who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall rise with healing in his wings. That's great. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the great and awesome day of the Lord. Before the great and awesome day of the Lord comes, I think John the Baptist, he will turn the hearts of fathers to their children, and the hearts of children to their fathers, lest I come and strike the land with a decree of utter destruction. Ooh, yay! This is the gospel of the Lord. So that's fun. 2 Thessalonians, we actually have we have a string of readings from 2 Thessalonians, so I'm not sure if that was selected for this specifically. But then the gospel reading, which is what I'm preaching on, is this nice section from Holy Week, Luke 21:5-28, and this is where Luke's treatment of Jesus talking to the disciples who are marveling at the temple and like, ooh, look how beautiful this temple is, and Jesus says, hey, it's all coming down. And then he's like, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, earthquakes, famines, pestilences, terrors, great signs from heaven. They will lay their hands on you and persecute you, deliver you up to synagogues and prisons. You'll be brought before kings and governors for my name's sake. Your opportunity to bear witness. But he will give us a mouth and wisdom. None of our adversaries will be able to withstand or contradict us. We'll be delivered up by our families, our friends. Some of us will be put to death. We'll be hated for his name's sake. But not a hair of your head will perish. By your endurance you'll gain your lives. And then more about Jerusalem surrounded by armies. Woe for women who are pregnant, nursing infants in those days. There'll be signs in the sun and moon. People faint with fear and foreboding. Now when these things begin to take place, there's 20 some odd verses of like, yay.
But you said we, it says your.
Oh, yeah.
Directed to the apostles.
Oh yeah.
Not to
Oh, I'm
us.
jumping to my sermon. I'm sorry. Yes, he is talking about that. But actually, he's talking to both in kind of the grand view. When he's talking about the temple being destroyed, that's their lifetime. That generation's going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But then moving forward, the nation rising against nation and earthquakes and all this. I mean, that's like we're seeing it too.
See, this is one thing that I have some trouble with when I read hear the word. The audience switches,
Yeah.
the historic and the different layers of references to
Right.
whom are we speaking, to whom does this apply?
Right. So yeah, the first what is this, Luke 21? So the first initial audience is obviously the disciples. And they're going to see the temple destroyed, and they're going to see nation against nation. They're going to be persecuted. So really, yes, this is directly to them. They are the audience through and through. There's no point where he's like, it'd be like if you're watching it on a TV show where, kind of like The Office, where all of a sudden they turn to the camera and now they're talking to the audience, like talking to you guys over here. But he is always speaking to them in this text, clearly. Getting them ready for all things, but they're before the cross, so he's preparing them on all this. Now, when we hear, what are we, 2025? We read this, and temple is long gone, and we've seen a lot of this has happened. But then we also notice that a lot of this stuff is also happening now. The same kind of stuff: earthquakes, famines, pestilences, pandemics, persecutions, war over in the rest of the world, not so much here, but still. We see all these things. So we can kind of like, okay, well, what does this tell us?
Just another day.
Life.
Creation's fallen.
Good Lutheran answer. Exactly what we should be expecting and nothing more. Yes. Well, yeah, it's just like so. And really, this kind of informs us where, we would think like he's telling them before the cross. So like, don't worry, the cross is coming. He's coming to fix it all. Which is what the disciples were thinking. Like, hey, you're coming now to be our king, to rule now forever. You're going to make everything good now. Cross comes. Woo! Well, cross, the empty tomb. Stone is rolled away. Yay! Oh, wait, you're going. What? And then you've got all this time where, the same stuff is going on. So, the straighten up, raise your heads because your redemption is drawing near speaks very clearly to them, kind of like, because Jesus is literally near to them, physically. Their redemption in the cross is definitely drawing near in 3 days from then? Because this was Holy Tuesday, I think. Tuesday, yeah. So 3 days. 6 if you want to go to Easter. So yeah, it was like your redemption is drawing near. It's right here in within a week. You're going to see your redemption. But really, it's fulfillment on the last day. So a lot of this is just like, look, you're going to be seeing these things until the last day. It's not just for this time period. It's going to go on and on and on until I return. So when we read it, obviously we go back and we see the same stuff, yes. We're farther away from the redemption than they were, but the words are still true to us. Our redemption is drawing near.
In a sense, we're closer, right? We're closer to the last day.
Yeah. That's honestly,
Yeah.
more and more these days, I've turned to that as my mantra for if I've been watching the news or whatever, or just I look outside, and it is very true. Every day we're one day closer to the end, to the resurrection. We are closer now in this moment than we were ever before, which is kind of nice. We have, the world is scripturally speaking, we like to think that, progress is being made, as we march through time, we're progressing, we're getting better, things are getting better. Recent history seems to say otherwise. But we have this idea that, as time marches, we are generally progressing. We'll look back in the olden days. Plagues and whatnot. See, things are better, right? But they're scripturally speaking, things are just, it's progressively getting worse. It's going to get worse, a lot worse. We're going to see these things more and more as the day approaches. Scripture is very clear on this. But the cool thing is, but more than anybody else in the past, we are the closest to redemption than anyone else before us. And every day we're getting closer.
By virtue of time?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the last day is the fixed position. So every day we're getting there. Come, Lord Jesus.
It's interesting the way Jesus talks about it. We should always think it's tomorrow, right? It's imminent. So.
Yeah. Wishful thinking.
Or today. Yeah. But you get this at the end here, right? Straighten up and raise your heads.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know when it's going to be, so you had better have that posture every day.
Yeah, and it's. I like how it's not just. At least my kind of treatment of it is, it's not just be ready. We should. We should always be ready. But just straighten up. Don't be bowed over, not oh, but you know what? No, stand up straight. This is good. We're one step closer that Christ is returning. He's come already. He's given us a foretaste of it, and we're getting closer. This is these are great positive things that we should be delighting in. Every day for us should be a day of joy. Pastor Kroll, speaking of, he was great with this. When I first heard him, and whenever he'd do his Bible studies, and then oh, you should be so happy to filled with joy, and I'd hear that sitting in the back while you guys are doing Bible study. I'm like, Well, yeah, I'm sure you can say that. I mean,
There's always a sinner.
you were dead, dude. You came back. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But no, he was so right. He is so right. There's that alone is like awesome. You know, no. Everybody outside, all they see is that. And all they really look forward, they can, the sweet release of death. You know, that's the hope. Not unlike us, but I mean, it is truly that. I mean, it is the sweet release. You know, that comes that we're brought into heaven and brought into the resurrection. I mean, it's like, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. And not like we need to speed towards it, but you know what? We don't need to because it's coming. It's tomorrow. It's the next day. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Every day, one day closer, and it's a day to rejoice. So, yeah.
There's a verse in here on verse 19. By your endurance, you will gain your lives.
Mm-hmm.
This emphasis on enduring.
Yeah.
Enduring.
Yeah.
I love what Paul said. This is just another day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not by your doing, but your enduring. And how do we endure?
Christ.
Yeah, we are anchored in Him. So this is good stuff. I mean, it's too much stuff, honestly. This is a huge reading with just too many things going on. I had like 3 different approaches to this text that I was going to go with. None of them panned out. And then in the course of sketching out something, I landed on what I'm going to preach on, which I hope it's good. I'm teeing off of.
So do we.
Yeah. Hey, no, this is why I will always say, every week communion, you want that. Don't depend on my message. I mean, the Holy Spirit can use anything, even me, but I'm stubborn and can get in the way, so there's that. And I really wanted to get in the way of this text because I had a couple ideas, like this is what I want to preach, and it wasn't working. So what I ended up with, which kind of, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm just sort of dealing with verses 5 and 6. Which is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to preach on the huge text. You're supposed to focus, zero in. So basically what I'm doing is, while some were speaking of the temple, how it was adorned with noble stones and offerings, Jesus said, as for these things that you see, the days will come when there will not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down. So the what I was going with is the irony between they're at the temple. And it was beautiful. Like, the temple was rebuilt post-exile, and it was fine. But then, like right before, a little bit before Jesus was born, Herod the Great began this big construction project. Actually, I did try to refrain a lot, because it's actually pretty funny how Herod the Great was known for his real estate projects and his construction and building up big monuments to his glory. And I want to tread carefully here because I don't want to get this too political. But there were some fun parallels. And I was like, oh, good. But I mean, truly, I mean, he didn't like rebuild the whole thing, but he like doubled the size of the courtyard. I know. I know. And it's actually kind of funny because he did it in such a way that he was doing all these renovations, keeping the temple in working order, because he wasn't an idiot. He wasn't going to like destroy the temple so they couldn't do anything. But he would like put up partitions so people wouldn't see like the sacred elements while they're doing the. Like I said, I tried very carefully. There might be something in there about a big, beautiful temple, but that's about it. That's all I went because I thought it was funny. Anyway, double the size of the courtyard. I mean, just made it, it was what, solid white marble and solid gold. I mean, it was this gilded structure, and became like the biggest, as far as I know, the biggest religion. Quote from my sermon, sanctuary of the time. I mean, so people would come, not only pilgrimages, but obviously, I mean, it's like, come see Herod's temple. Like, if there's one thing you see before you die, come see Herod's temple. It's incredible. And then white marble and solid gold. I mean, when the sun bounces off this thing, I mean, it's the glory of God, right? So it's this beautiful, huge thing, made even, and they're like, wow, look at how awesome this is. Meanwhile, the day before, Jesus was beating out all the merchants and being like, get out of here, you've profaned my house. That it's being run by the Sadducees, who deny the resurrection. And it's just, they're like, look at how beautiful it looks. And Jesus is like, and who cares? This is all come tumbling down because there's nothing inside. Not that there's nothing inside, but just the people have made it empty. Like, this is God's dwelling place among the people. This is where you bring sacrifices for atonement. And you're like, look at how cool it looks. Right. So I'm going off of that, and just how, this is how things are. This is, the spirituality of the world is hollow. Our spirituality oftentimes is hollow. It's all about more appearances, as long as it looks good. I don't think I put it in my sermon. It might make it, it might not. It was because I'm like, the appearance of things versus the substance of things. And I had a moment, and I was going to actually, if you fill up the baptismal font,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to warn you ahead of time, because I'm not, actually what you did was great, especially for my reaction to it. Because so Jim asked, like, do we need the baptismal font filled last week? I'm like, yes. All right, cool. Thank God I don't have to deal with it, because I'll forget. And I've done that before, where I've gotten to a baptism, I'm oh gosh, there's no water. It's not a good feeling, especially when they see the pastor take the bowl out and run into the sacristy. So anyway, I removed the thing for the baptism, and I hadn't seen it before the baptism, and I saw there was just a little bit of water in there. It was just a little bit in the bottom. And the first thought in my head was like, this needs more water. Because I'm like, what if somebody can't, they're getting their baby bath, that's all the water? I mean, come on, you want it, full of water, right? And in my head, that's like my first thought. Well, I know.
How are you going to do a full immersion?
I know, but I mean,
If you're going Orthodox and dunking this thing, then let me know.
But that was the point. It's like, what you did was fine. What my reaction for it was wrong. Because for whatever reason, I'm like, because, hey, you're bringing your baby baptized, you want us to look good, I'm dressed up, and now we got this little bit of water in there? Which, for a Lutheran is like, you idiot.
I was mostly concerned
way
with
to
my
make the
oldest
baptism
daughter
argument.
running around with the baptismal font.
What's that?
I was mostly concerned with my oldest daughter running around with the baptismal
I like that. That was getting the energy going. But, and then it occurred to me, I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever thought in the world. It's like, honestly, that's a better proclamation, because well, you don't need that much water. I mean, sweet, it's not going to do that with your kid.
Yeah.
Who needs water?
Now we're going to fill that sucker up to the top today.
But I mean, and for a lifelong Lutheran, a pastor who should know better, and my first reaction was the appearance, because it's. But of course, it's not. It's the word. I know that, and it's like I didn't spend the whole day like that. Jim giving me an inch of water in the baptismal font. He should know better. It's at least 2 inches. It was the dumbest reaction of my life so far. Well, that's not true. One of them, top 10 probably, as a pastor.
Do it the right way.
All
We'll
these-
go build a baptismal pool back
Hey,
there, and
yeah, there we
fill
go.
up the bathtub the way we used to do it.
Maybe we should have a fill line.
You better be careful, Paul. You might end up in purgatory again.
Actually, I kind of like that. Like, you didn't even label lines like this will make you a Christian and Easter Christian. This is every Sunday church. If you have the full bowl is full, it's like, oh, this one's being pastor. That's terrible. I love it. But I mean, the point is that we're all susceptible to the appearance matters, and especially in the church. You know, and one of the things that it was, I was convicted as I was writing it. You know, where, you know, we see it here. I mean, there are people across the street who need us. You know, who are less fortunate, who we have so much, and then there are people. I mean, we're saying the right things, right? There are people out there who need us. What do?
Build a crosswalk.
We didn't. In fact, I bitched about it the whole time.
We put the food pantry out.
Oh, we put the food pantry out, which is something. It's not nothing.
Did you mean Pleasantries?
Pleasantry, yeah. Well, they don't need our help. They're fine.
Dear Beth.
Pleasantries, they're doing all right. But I mean, in general, I mean, and it's not just us. Every church is kind of like, oh yeah, you know, we usually spend more time talking about the things that we should be doing, and then when it comes time to actually implement these things, what do? We talk more. We strategize. You know, there's logistics issues. So I mean, it's just, and it becomes hollow. You know, if we're talking and not doing, well. You know, it's there's just no substance to it.
I'm half serious about the Pleasantries people because I'm finding I'm spending more time around people that are using stuff.
Oh, sure.
And instead of preaching at them, I do better listening to them.
Weird.
Yeah, imagine
Who
that.
knew? Oh yeah, sure. Well, and that was.
Part of the impact of the contact buzz.
Yeah. Well, I mean that. I mean, just right there, you think about like. Like, how much do I want to say on the record?
Difficulty.
Well, actually, we do have to close up because
Yeah.
the baptism is early. So
We'll talk later.
we'll hold there. But yeah, thank you, everybody.